Alex, mate, 2-0
How are we
Old
feeling, guys?
Trafford. How you doing, mate?
I'm numb. Honestly, I'm numb. After I see Michael Oliver pulling up that red card, I just left. I'm gonna be honest. I left, but that's no surprise. I left because you just knew what was gonna come. Even though I hoped, like there was a slight chance we could get a draw, mate. Like when he does that and loses his head, it's a shame because honestly, if you look at the metrics, we were actually the more threatening team before Romero got sent off. So that's why, like, still, I get your point fully, still, when you say you can't just blame Romero on this game. But I put it more down to him because we actually looked like the more threatening team before he got sent off. Let's say we just got absolutely pummeled before he got sent off, then I would have said it's totally on Frank because we had nothing before he got sent off. The game plan was still the same. But seeing that we actually created, we actually had something about us, and I genuinely believe that we weren't gonna lose. They were gonna keep this streak going, and we didn't. And it's a repeat of Chelsea 2 years ago under Ange when Romero basically cost us our 10-game winning streak under Ange, and now he costs us our winning streak that's gone all the way back under Ange 2022. It's damning, and I blame Frank too for not going for it more. I advocated for him to take off Gray instead of Odebert, like as the initial red card sub, but we still had a few chances, and that's what I expect. We're away at Old Trafford. You can use the example of Liverpool, but that was at home. We had the entire home crowd about like behind us because they saw like shit they're going for it. We got them behind us, and it brings like a 12th man to us. Here we're away at Old Trafford. It's not the same. We could hear the fans. They were great. Honestly, I applaud them for getting up for it, especially when Sousa came on. They get up for it, started chanting, and you could hear them like way more than the United fans, even though we were 1-0 down with the red card. So just a dull analysis guy, but it's what it is. Honestly, I'm done. This season, my only goal was Europe, and it doesn't look like we're gonna get it. So it's tragic.
Yeah. What did you make out of Sousa? First chance that we get to see of him today.
You could clearly see he was nervous. Clearly, like you see, first game in the Spurs shirt, and he comes on at Old Trafford. It was probably a big moment for him. You could see, but when I looked at him at Santos, when the games he plays, he's way more courageous. He's that player that he doesn't care. He just does his own thing, and when he sees space, he's gonna attack it. Today he was like a little bit more cautious. You could see that Frank has coached him a little. You can see that he's more cautious, but it was also down to the fact that we were 10 men down, of course. And I thought it was decent, and hopefully he gets more game time because I believe that he's a real talent. I do believe that.
Yeah, we
So
were talking a bit about before me and Stel about the potential relegation battle. If West Ham win today,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
only 6 points in it. Obviously, Romero missing for the next, I think, is it 4 games for Romero now? A doggy
yeah.
out
It's
injured once
4 games.
again. How do we manage this situation with Newcastle and Arsenal come up? And do you genuinely believe that Spurs are bang in trouble with the relegation battle?
I don't per se, but statistically, we have to worry about it. Looking at the points, like Leeds are equal to us
Yeah.
with points now. It's we could have never seen this happening come start of the season. So that's poor, but I don't think Romero missing. I don't think like let's say Mickey was out. That's the big miss for me. If Mickey's out, then fine. You could see even today when he got the captaincy after Romero got sent off, the way he leads the team with his calm is way more assuring than Romero. And I'm not saying that Romero is this rash, insane bull on the pitch that the referee makes him out to be, because he's only got one red card in how many before the Liverpool game? It was like 2 years.
That's his
Like he,
second this season, though.
yeah, this season, but before Liverpool, like he wasn't this guy that got like before that. And now against looking against Newcastle now, I just think we've changed our performance a little. Like it's not the same that I saw 10, 15 games ago under Frank when the XG was 0.1 and like Heitinga coming in now, I think that's changed something with us. but I have trouble doubting Dragusin to fill in, like with the ball ability. Like you could see today, shaky on the ball, and I don't know if he can manage 90 minutes, can he? And if he goes off, then who are we going to rely on? Byfield?
Janai Byfeld is the next in
Yeah,
line. Yeah.
Byfield, but guys, I don't know. And Stella, I heard your argument earlier, when you said like, does Frank have the balls to strip the captaincy of Romero? I don't think any manager at the club would have, like Ange, Nuno. The only guy I really think would have had that, like that's Conte. No one else. No one else. I don't think nobody, especially the World Cup winner and all the
I don't
players
even
in.
think Conte would, because Conte would have agreed with what Romero was saying.
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is,
in that
Alex,
sense. But you have to remember, they didn't like each other. But
Alex, I
yeah,
don't think Ange needed to rip Romero of the captaincy because he led the team
no, I
to the
know. But
Europa Cup
hypothetically, like the way
trophy
they are
final,
as
didn't he?
managers,
So
I just think a high-profile manager like Conte would have had that sort of authority to, like, you know what, enough. Like, I don't think the World Cup winner, like the guy that everybody in the squad looks up to and sort of respects as the top dog, kind of.
yeah.
It's not. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's a damning situation either way, and I don't know. 60 minutes with 10 men down at Old Trafford. I'm stupid for believing, because I did. I was like, can we nick a 1-1 draw? Like, can we? I just think I just
Alex, can I ask you a question? Last time I was on this channel,
yeah.
you said to me, Stelios, I think you're delusional for thinking we'll finish 17th. Do you take those comments back?
No, I don't. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna die on that hill. I don't think we're finishing with. I'm telling you. I don't think we're finishing with lower points than last season, and that's not down to the
No,
fact
not
that
point. 17th was
yeah,
the
17th. I don't think. Yeah, listen. Before today, I still believe
he's
we
struggling.
push for a conference Europa Leagues, but I genuinely believe, like, because I'm so
Alex,
desperate for us to
Alex,
not go without Europe.
Alex,
I
we're 3 points above 17th. Nottingham
I know.
Forest are in 17th. They play Wolves at home
I know
next.
it's just the run. Like, could we go on? But we haven't done that under Frank, so it's delusional. It is delusional. I'm gonna admit it's delusional. But guys, either way, like I heard or I saw a comment in the chat before I jumped on. I just think this squad, they're still sort of hung over from the sacking of Ange. I just think they are. I think the mentality of them is
What, 8 months later?
but I genuinely still believe that something is lingering over them, because
What makes you
you
say
can
that,
see
Alex?
the massive difference in league performance and like Europa. You can still see it. It's massive, and it's just not down to the fact that opposition that we face, let's say, less quality of opposition in Europe. It's the intent, it's the hunger, like that. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of opposition you make. The mentality and, like, sort of passion the players carry themselves with, that should be the same in all competition, and we don't see it in the league. We don't. Maybe you could argue as of late we've done, but throughout the season we haven't seen it as we have in Europe. And I just think that it goes down to the mentality of the squad. They're still lingering in this sort of screw the league, and Europa goes first from last season. I know it's preposterous to say nearly, and it shouldn't be the case, but guys, I don't know what else to blame it on. It's a nightmare for me to go into next season and without Europe. I just, okay, we can go on a league run and do as United have done this season. Fully, we're gonna get back in the Champions League, etc. But it's all trophies for me. Honestly, it's all trophies. That's what I want, and I've been an advocate against ENIC ever since Conte got sacked ruthlessly. I've never changed my mind. I've never sat on the fence. I've always been fully against them. I've always seen the bigger picture, and we've been sold a lie, guys. We've been sold a lie, and it's not gonna change. Frank being a shield for the ownership, taking all the hits like a shield, saying we've done the best we can in January. I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not gonna put a single trust in their words when I've seen Lookman go off to Atletico, get the man of the match in his first game for them. What's this bullshit about? We have to look at the long term and short term. We can't just bring somebody into. So James Wilson from Hearts, he improves us in the long term. I don't care about academy recruits. I don't. It's the fact that they've left this squad short again, and there's no accountability. There's no accountability from them. The protests have gone to shit. Poor timing, you can argue. It's not fully down to but it's been poor timing against City. We score a goal and 3 minutes after we're supposed to
That's
do
a
a
good question.
walkout. Guys, nothing is going our way this season, and
Alex, can I ask you a question on what you just said? Can I ask you a
yeah,
question on that?
yeah,
So, if the manager calls out the board for leaving him short, so when Conte went after the board,
yeah,
he ends up
yeah.
getting sacked. When you have a manager like Frank who just defends the board and protects them, he will end
Yeah.
up getting sacked because
Yeah.
the results aren't good enough because the squad isn't good. So, what do we do when, if a manager calls out the board, he gets sacked? When a manager toes the line and be's a yes man, he gets sacked. What can a manager do? Because at the end of the day, Frank's accepting the transfer
Yeah.
windows.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
when
so
Conte called it out, he got sacked. Frank will eventually get sacked if we keep losing. What can a manager at Spurs do when the board's like this then?
it's a thin line of sort of knowing your limits. No, you have to have a sense of you have to have experience, and you have to have the intelligence enough to not know when you go over the line. And I think that's simple, really. Frank hasn't done that for me. It's as simple as just stating that doesn't have to be repetitive, but stating this squad needs reinforcements. We're going through an injury crisis. We need enforcements. Saying that your employers, the board, are doing the best they can. That's not stating the situation as alarming. It's not saying they're doing the best they can. No fan has believed that. No fan believes they've done the best they can this January. None. None. And we can't say, oh, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We've tried. There's so many of Saga. It's just, it's such a it's such a unique. I'm not gonna say Spurs. I don't like saying Spurs. It's a unique thing. Oh, we went for
Oh
Semenyo.
God,
Guys,
West
we
Ham
tried.
have just scored.
We tried. Let's just
Chelsea are
sit
up.
back but because
They've seen
because
our result.
nobody is of the Semenyo mold out there on the market, let's just sit back. Let's not go for something different like a Lookman. Let's not, because Lookman has attitude issues. Remember, he has really bad attitude issues, just like Spence had. Spence, the England fullback, attitude issues, terrible. You can't turn it around. Of course, you can't change your mentality. If you're a bad egg, you're a bad egg. We're soft, guys. We're too kind. You can see it on the pitch. We never time waste. We're too kind. Like it goes against us. We don't have this. We don't have this about us, and it has to change from the manager. And I don't think Frank is the guy, but simultaneously, I think you give him the season. That's what I think. That's
I
what I
don't
think.
think we have an option at this point.
Yeah, but I've never changed. I said it from the get go. Give him the season and replace in the summer. My dream scenario, like this, it's a wet dream, guys. It's a wet dream. It's Rangnick, sporting director, and Sebastian Hoeneß of Stuttgart. Rangnick recruited him to Leipzig in 2014 and worked under him for 3 years. They know each other, both Germans, gegenpress, both attacking advocates of the game, and I think them two together, they have extremely high football expertise, and they are the sort of guys I can rely on. Like, when you criticize the manager, it's like, what is he doing? If those two guys, Rangnick and Hoeneß together, led our club together, I wouldn't care if they like. I would have my full trust in them. That no matter if they do dodgy things, I would rely on that it's for the best of the club. But I don't have that trust now. I don't have that trust that okay, when I see something that doesn't look right tactically on the pitch, or like I doubt it because I don't have any trust in this ownership or manager to know what's best for us as a club. I don't. I just think we're pulling in all sort of different directions, not knowing what we want to be, and I think it's a blatant lie that they're aligned at the board. Frank Lange, we've even seen it from Lange. Lange said, "Oh, we can't just." During the video there, he said, "You can't just bring in players for the what was it he say for the short term. You have to, or it was something." And then Frank goes on to the press conference and says the opposite thing. It should be more about the long term, like this.
And they talk about there's full alignment. There's full alignment with Frank and the board, apparently.
Apparently, Frank's come out and he's defended Romero.
Has he?
That's what someone in the chat is saying. I'm asking now, what did he actually say?
We'll get the quotes through in a minute.
Yeah.
I guess.
Conferences, they're live. But I just think that Frank not. Imagine if Frank got behind Romero. Let's say he got behind Romero for his comments and his statements. What kind of unity would that bring to the fan base? I just think people that are not behind Frank, they would unite behind Romero Frank, and it would be the fans, Romero and Frank against the ownership. If he wasn't so damning, I know we can risk him his job, but if he just said that Romero has a right to his opinion, and I wouldn't say that he's too far off with something like that. I think that would create such a unison, and we lack unification at the club right now, and I can't see it any better. And I'm just gonna remain delusional and hope we get Conference League some way or another, because that's the best way I see us of winning a trophy, and that's all I want, guys. I want a project, but we just know this project is dead. So restart and go again in the summer. It's tragic, but
Another project.
This is what we say. This is like the classic Spurs line at this point every season.
Yeah.
Fuck it off and go again in the summer.
yeah,
Alex,
and saying, like, I don't like bringing him up again, but the fact that he said, like, when John, what did he say? John the pragmatist.
John the
comes in,
pragmatist, yeah.
we got him now. We're gonna sack him off, and we're probably gonna go in a new direction in the summer again. Like, you know what I would do? I would sack the entire board, all these Aston Villa rejects, which they are. Our chief scout, Alex Fraser, Aston Villa, sacked. The head of scouting, Rob McKenzie, Aston Villa reject. Johan Lange, like, we have Aston Villa rejects, and they're not the people, the football operating people that brought Villa to the place where they are today. They're
Yeah.
the one that had him in relegation battles, 17, 15.
Correct.
Those are the kind of guys we employ for a club. Then we go and employ a Gunnar in together as a, like, what do we expect? It's like expecting Real Madrid to win the treble, hiring a former Barcelona sporting director and I don't know, Rayo Vallecano, like, scouts. It doesn't work like that. You can't expect us to perform miracles when the people in charge of the football operations they're below par. They're incredibly below par, and I just think we have to clear the entire thing out. Buy Bournemouth's entire board and scouts for like 50 million. Buy them out. Honestly, I would spend more and more
I've been
on
hearing
that.
this for 5 years. For 5 years, I've been hearing this, and every time.
Still, I'm not
it
the kind of fan
happens-
that, like, have gotten
No,
carried
not from
away.
you, Alex. I mean, like, in general. I always hear.
Yeah, I know,
you
but it's the thing. Like, I just think it's that we should protest now for the end of the season. That's clear.
Protests are dead, unfortunately.
They can be dead,
Protests are
but
completely dead.
I just think the timing has been against us. I just think City, like, Solanke scoring that goal, that scorpion kick 3 minutes before the planned walkout. You know what I would do? I would do, like, at halftime, I would do a delayed walk-in for like 50 minutes. Don't walk into the stadium until
Not
the
gonna
60th.
happen.
Alex, all this is just fanciful thinking. It's never going to
Yeah,
happen.
but you know why I say that? Because I live in Sweden, where our football clubs, they do that. They empty a stadium. Like, our supporters, it's
Spurs-
51%,
Spurs is a
49%
unique
owned.
club.
But it's sad to see how
Because they have
American-
ultras there, don't they? They have ultras that run the fan bases.
Yeah, and here, like, you don't get away with it. Like, we can lose 3-0 down, and you see 10,000 people doing the pose now. It's a different thing. I don't expect the world's most commercialized league to be like that. You pay the highest prices in the world, and in that you're gonna get more classy, fine dined people that aren't as passionate, as loud. They're gonna be more calm, settled. This fancy sort of class of people. You know
I
what
just
I mean?
think I think Spurs fans have just given up on it, Alex. In fact, do you know the worst place you can be as a Spurs fan when it's complete? What's the word? Is it apathy?
Apathetic.
Apathetic. When you're just at a place of, do you know what? I just don't care. That's where I think most Spurs fans are. They just don't
Yeah,
care
but so
anymore.
when did you think the, like, peak of frustration was, when we should have gone for it, like, fully? We're not gonna stop now.
It was last season. It was last season when we got 2,000 people on the high road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
that was the time.
Europa League was best night of my life, but it sort of
It killed
killed
it.
it.
It did kill it.
Let's say we lost the Europa League and we're without Europe this season. Would you seen the protests carrying into this
Yes,
season? Like,
100%.
grow, 5,000, 6,000. You think?
They would have grown because there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to be happy about. The Europa Cup is something we've been craving for 20 years, a trophy. So that really, that's why you had 250,000 people at the parade.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and just lastly, guys, I just want to mention Vicario. That first goal, if you want to be hard, you can say he should. I wasn't
I
one
mean,
of them.
he made so many saves today,
Yeah,
Vicario.
he did, but that second goal, it's a shin deflection from. I know it had power on it, but
That second goal was coming regardless.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm not gonna blame the players. I'm not gonna blame.
If it wasn't for Vicario, we'd lost about 5-0 today. So.
Romero let them down today, and I genuinely believe we would have gotten away with minimum a draw today if he didn't get sent off, just because of the momentum we had and the fact that our players they know how to get the best off United. And yeah, guys. Other than that, I don't know.
Big
Not really much positives. There's not. And
keep your chin up, Alex.
yeah,
Keep
big
your
up, guys.
chin up. Thanks for coming
Big
on,
up,
mate.
guys. Thanks for having me. Okay.
Big up,
Cheers,
Alex.
mate. Bye.